Thanks so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Really appreciate this. For the next number of months, I'm going to be focusing on an adventure that I've been on over the last 2 years about trying to get my creative muse back. So what does that mean? Well, I am a filmmaker, and I'm also a founder of a film and television production company called Hemmings House Pictures and Hemmings Films. I've been able to find somewhat of a balance between being an artist as well as growing a business at the same time. Over the years, though, I've had to put a little bit of my creativity on the back burner to deal with the realities of running a business. Running a business is a creative act in itself, but sometimes the realities of business can actually keep you far away from the things that bring passion to your soul. About 3 years ago, I had a health setback as a result of long COVID, and it resulted in me being incredibly fatigued, very, very tired. I couldn't really do anything. Couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't walk up the flights of stairs to my office like I used to. I ended up going back on the elevator. And there's all these different things, but the thing I noticed the most was my lack of inspiration to be creative. Previously, I had a podcast running for 10 years with my friend Dave Vale, The Boiling Point. I wrote a travel article in our local newspaper for a decade as well, every single week, constantly writing. I played in a band, Fox Farm. You know, I would write, I would blog. There's all these different creative outlets that I would be involved with. And after this health issue, I just stopped all of it. It wasn't intentional, it just happened. And I suspect that this is something that you've gone through before as well, and you don't have to be a identified creative person to experience this. It's really, what is it that fulfills your heart, your soul? It might be playing hockey with a bunch of pals, or gardening, or woodworking, whatever that thing is. When you stop doing it, and you stop doing everything that's creative, it really does have mental health impacts. And this is what my project that I've been filming over the last 2 years is all about. It's called Rewiring the Muse, and it's my attempt to better understand neuroscience in a way that will help me figure out how to get my creative muse back. Now, fast forward to right now. It is January 1st, 2026. So I started this journey in 2023, and the very first episode that you're going to see, episode 1, is a little bit of a throwback for me. You're going to see me walking through these very same woods, but I am not feeling that great in this first episode. Now, 2 to 3 years later, I'm happy to say that things have changed. And Rewiring the Muse is my way to share my experience with you in hopes that maybe it'll help you find your creative inspiration again if you are in a position where you've lost it. I'd also like to give one quick disclaimer, is though I am talking to some really smart people, some neuroscientists and some other field researchers, this is not necessarily a rigorous scientific exploration. This is a very subjective, emotional, vulnerable adventure that I've been on, trying to figure out how to bring my own emotional healing to something that was beyond my control. There's so many solutions that people give you, solutions like, oh, you got to do this and it'll fix that. Or you got to try this particular drug or substance and it's going to help rewire your brain. There's all these different things that I've been curious about. Probably you have as well. You hear about these things. And, I want to try some of them. Like, I've been told that meditation's really good for creativity and just for, a healthy brain. And of course, there's lots of discussion right now in the science community about psychedelics in the right setting. None of these things are necessarily things that I would suggest anybody to do, but this is my own personal path. But like I say, the things that I'm trying to figure out are not necessarily the right things for you. I just want to leave it at that, and also say thank you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. It was a very therapeutic experience in itself, just making this series. I'm a filmmaker that makes films for other people, for clients, and or for broadcasters and whatnot. But in this particular project, the only client was me, and just the very creative act of making this project helped me find my muse back again. So I hope you enjoy. Please, please, please do subscribe. It's a great way to help me continue on. And also, I'm releasing full-length, unedited interviews in the YouTube channel as well. So make sure you check those out too. All right, and cheers, and thank you again so much for tuning in and for subscribing. And if you really like this, please do share it with others that you think it can make an impact with. Take care.